after anak kay katuda yung
We all carry ghosts, the unwritten version of ourselves. But even before I faced mine, I was already holding yours. We are born into stories half finished, inheriting the silent depths.
We walk through the world trying to be the apologies our parents never gave.
Fractured parts still make a whole, yet healing begins with acceptance and acknowledgement. We aren't just the echoes of the people who came before us, we're the voices of the present who stops the cycle.
Claim only what you protect.
Dear gentle listeners, welcome back to
Spilled tea.
And silk ribbons.
And so I am still your host, Claire, together with my speakers, Jing and Angel, and also the people behind the cameras with us today. Thank you everyone for showing up for today. How are you guys?
You wanna do it first?
Yeah, so today, okay ra jud kayo kung na-feel happy and blessed.
Well, me as well. I'm also doing fine and blessed.
Good to hear that we're all doing very fine. No, the weather is good, and so is the feeling and the comfort and the company. And so, as we delve into our today's episode, asked our viewers to reach back through the layers of time, past the faded Polaroids and the stories you've been told, and find your parents. No, but you wanted to find them before they were mom and dad. No, and we asked this question: if you could talk to your parents before they had you, what would you say?
Okay.
It's a very meaningful things to ask our parents, no? And so we also ask our viewers the same questions, and then we ask for these answers not in prose, but in the rhythm of a ballad, a narrative of the heart. Yeah. Spent the last few days untying our silk ribbons, reading through the spilled tea of their histories. These entries are completely anonymous, so we don't know the faces behind the ink nor the names behind the grief. So as we sat in our studio right now reading them, one thing became painfully and beautifully clear. Every piece, every single one of these, it hits home. We settle in, pull in your blanket a little tighter, and let's listen to the ghosts of what their parents could have been. And the children who wish for things to have been better, not only for their parents, but also for themselves. Yes, and our piece is titled, our chosen piece for today, it is titled, The House I Inherited. Really.
Wow, nice title.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting title, and we'll delve deeper into the title, okay? No, well, because the title is already, when you listen to it, when you read it, but okay, The House I Inherited. Maybe she literally, or the speaker literally inherited a house.
Pamana ko.
Yes.
Yeah.
No? Maybe like a literal house good. Pero we delve deeper into the ballad, as we'll do a reading of the whole poem. The poem titled, The House I Inherited. Is this what life is meant to be? A cage without a key. A home where love is always near, yet never lets me free. You say the world is sharp and wide, that danger waits outside. So you built walls around my steps and called it love and guide. If I were you often said, I'd never waste my days. When I was young, I worked through storms and walked on harder ways. You measure me by yesterdays that I did not live through. You weigh my dreams against your scars as if they must be true. If I could speak before my birth, before I knew your name, I'd tell you softly in the dark, please heal before I came. Do not compare your wounded past with futures yet untold. Let not your fear become the chain around the life I hold. For every time you clipped my wings and called it sacrifice, a silent question filled my chest. Is love supposed to slice? I know the hunger of your youth still echoes in your tone. The child inside you never heard a kindness of its own. And so the trauma travels on from parent down to child, a story whispered through the blood, unspoken, fierce, and wild. But I will learn to name the hurt, to break what I received. Not every root must strangle growth, not every branch must grieve. I am not you, though I am yours. I walk a different land. Your past may shape the soil I tread, but I would choose where I stand. Is this what life is meant to feel? Perhaps it starts in pain, yet I will build a gentler home where love does not restrain.
Grabe, ka-deep.
You know, it's very deep, good, no? There's so much na we can talk about, you know, in the poem. And so let's start off, you know, with our first stanza. I think na it encapsulates, you know, the whole essence of the title. No?
I hate to, not I hate, but I have to interrupt regarding our question earlier
Yes.
about the title. Is it really a literal house? And as we heard you read the poem, it was not a literal house, but I think it was a home
Yes.
that they lived through and the people that are in it. Am I correct?
Exactly.
Yes.
Before ta magsugod ba kay, marag di pa kayong poem, pwede namon dito
Oo,
ang bagay.
Oh, pwede po. Yes, please. No, please do. Yes.
Pero gitawag jud ko sa pizza. Kauna ko, jud ako.
Oh, malaki.
And so, kana while you're munching on your kana pizza slices, no? I'll read again the first stanza na lang. Is this what life is meant to be? A cage without a key. A home where love is always near, yet never lets me fear. It never let me free, right? No? It really, more of like parental love as confinement, yun siya diri.
Yes. And not siya diri nga, metaphor siya din. So, metaphor ang kaki.
Yes.
Grabe, cage without a key. Mura bag ang speaker kay, yung feeling niya kay restricted siya or dili siya free to do ungod sa iyang ganahan.
Yes, sakto ba din. Yeah. Besides that, the way the speaker phrased the stanza, it's like she or he is asking a rhetorical question. Like, di siya makatuuing, ano ba gidi ay ang kinabuhi sa tao? Nga, permi ka ma-restrict, nga, naa ang love o ang care sa duol, pero di gihapon ka ka-feel of freedom.
Yes. And our second stanza actually supports our first, no? It says na, you say the world is sharp and wide, that danger waits outside. So you built walls around my steps and called it love and guide. Diba? Like protection as prison, no? Yes. Where they mask their own anxiety as an act of service. This is love. Diba?
And it's true what parents say that the outside world really has danger in it. But di man sa takaingon nga tanang naa sa outside dangerous yun, di ba?
Yes.
Like naaman gihapon ang kanindo if you just explore the beauty of our
Yes.
world.
Wow. You know, that's so beautiful. And so our third stanza, no? If I were you, you often said, I'd never waste my days. When I was young, I worked through storms and walked on harder ways. You measure me by yesterday that I did not live true. You weigh my dreams against your scars, as if they must be true. So if I could speak before my birth, before I knew your name, I'd tell you softly in the dark, please heal before I came.
Wow. I think ang ginikanan or the parent to speaker is comparing their hard life, their hard struggles sa kung sa ang na-feel sa ilang child.
Yes. There's a plea for healing.
Yes.
No, and also like measuring dreams by scars. Exactly. The next following stanzas, no, do not compare your wounded past with futures yet untold. Let not your fear become the chain around the life I hold. For every time you clipped my wings and called it sacrifice, a silent question filled my chest. Is love supposed to slice?
Wow.
There's a physical sensation, you know, from is love supposed to slice? Yan, no? Like the speaker challenged the idea ba that sacrifice is a form of love. Well, although it is, no? Pero it's also asked a piercing question ba nga, if love causes much pain and restriction, is it actually love?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, same bitaw. We can compare it, but with relationships, like any relationships, but mostly kanang romantic relationships, may sila na kung love ko nimo, dapat willing ka makuha.
Yes.
Kung love ko nimo, dapat willing ka maagi og kalisod. But the bigger question is, kung love nimo, imo ba gid pahuwat ko?
Correct.
Kung love nimo, imo ba gid palisod-lisod, di ba?
Yes. Exactly.
Like, why choose this hard path when you can go through together to this path na kamundo ha kay magmanipay? Di ba?
Yes. And because also, no, like in this part of the poem, no, there's kind of this piercing question good. For the following ones, I know the hunger of your youth still echoes in your tone. The child inside you never heard a kindness of its own. And so the trauma travels on from parent down to child, a story whispered through the blood, unspoken fears and wild. I think it's really just understanding the root.
Yes.
No, na. Also at the same time, you have to understand and also forgive our parents for not knowing much. Okay, again, in our society now, we are very much open to talk about mental health. Pero in their time, it's a taboo.
Yes.
It's a form of weakness, no? When you talk nga, ay, why are you crying? Or why are you depressed? Depressed wasn't a term before also. It doesn't exist. Ana ba? So I think we also need to forgive our parents also at the same time, no? Kaya there's also trying to learn ba, the things nga they manifested in their upbringing.
Yes, that's true. Makaingon sa nga, as long as willing lang gyud or open ang parents nga mosabot ug mo change, maka-grow out of it pa magyapon,
Yes.
even though it seems like it's already late. But it's never really late to change.
Correct. So as we delve into like the latter part of our poem, but I will learn to name the hurt, to break what I receive. Not every root must strangle growth, not every branch must grieve. I am not you, though I am yours. I walk a different land. Your past may shape the soil I tread, but I will choose where I stand.
Nice question, okay, but I will learn to name the hurt. Kaya mura gani, if you do not acknowledge your feelings, if you do not acknowledge kung saan nakapasakit nimo, kung saan mong na-feel, lisod ba jud siya mo gawas
Yes.
ana nga situation.
Yes,
So
exactly.
it really needs to be addressed. It really needs to be talked to. It really needs someone to communicate with sa kani nga kanang struggles sa imong kinabuhi.
Yes. And with our last stanza, that says, is this what life is meant to feel? Perhaps it starts in pain, yet I will build a gentler home where love does not restrain.
Very powerful na ending.
I really love how the speaker ends the poem because in just one stanza, the speaker managed to summarize the whole thought of the poem. Because from earlier, diba, we started with the rhetorical question and the speaker repeated it here.
Yes.
But now, because the speaker already understands, she now has an idea what is
Yes.
the answer to this rhetorical question,
Correct.
which is perhaps it starts with pain, but upon understanding it, the speaker also is willing to grow out of the pain.
Kaya ang house nga yung na-inherit, dili siya padayon lang nga, mura gito nga house iyang gi-live in. Murag, gi-edit niya, no?
Edit
Oo.
niya ang house.
Gi-edit.
Gi-renovate,
Ay,
gi-edit,
gi-edit. So kung need ka mag-edit, need ka Canva Premium.
Canva Pro, wala mo na Canva Pro. If wala na ka Canva Pro, unsa man say kailangan buhaton?
Oh, ayaw mong gihapon nimo kay dili mong gid ka ingon nga pasagdaan sa nimo kay kita ka nga naay mga guba-guba
Correct.
sa balay. Naay mga things nga need fix.
Correct.
And with the resources that you have, even if limited ra, you can still do so much.
Yes.
Yes.
Kay okay raman jud nga, you start small. Kay dili tanang panahon kay you can give kanang unsa jud ang tanan nga naa nimo.
Yes, it needs to. No?
Yeah, ug maninguha lang ka mo asenso ka. Makapalit naman kag
Materialist. Yes. No? So, the poem ends on a hopeful and determined note, The house I inherited, more like all the traumas the speaker inherited, is being replaced by a gentler home. No, na the speaker will build for themselves, will build for herself and for the future generation, for her children's know where love means freedom, not control. And so that at the same time, we want to understand also our parents' point of view, and so we want our parents also to understand our point of view as kids. Na we also, try to forgive them. Okay, always the hardest forgiveness that we can provide is to people who never ask an apology.
So we can work.
Oh, tissue, please. tissue.
guys,
Wala,
tissue.
We can work. Sakit ko siya sa tubo.
Sakit hits home, gini siya, uy.
Okay ra ka dai.
Di kay basta familia ang storyahan kay mura gani out siya sa heart.
Ouch. Always, nga ouch good in the heart, no? Like a pain in the chest good every time we talked about our family. Or we all have different family dynamics, diba? And with that being said, we've walked a long way together today through the gardens and the hallways of the past. So there are so many stories sent in, so too many for our time today. So these pieces are incredibly intricate and spun from memories that feel as fragile as old lace. So because of that, we've gathered the remaining entries and placed them in our digital archive. Now you can find the links in our show notes below. Yes, so please everyone handle them with care. Okay, so these words weren't just written, they were exhaled. No? They are meant to be read by eyes that are open to understand and also hearts that are gentle enough to embrace the weight they carry. And so take a moment for yourself once in a while, maybe take a cup of coffee or share a slice of pizza with your friends. Oh, thank you so much. And maybe sit in a quiet for a while. Sit with your feelings, sit with your emotions. So For we've listened also to the souls of others, so make sure you're being kind to the souls living inside you as well. And thank you for sharing your tea and your ribbons with us today. We'll see you on our next episode. Bye.